I'm Saturday hauling for you guys today, and if you hear kind of some background ruckus noise, it could be the cats, but it's probably the wind outside. It's just like pounding on my windows, so that's kind of the noise that you're hearing. But let's get into these products. I went to Walmart this week, which I have not been to a store since the beginning of March, and I was kind of in there like, I think I forgot how to shop, at least in the store, you know. I was really excited to go down the makeup aisles to see what was new because I hadn't been in the store for so long, and there really wasn't a ton of new stuff. So all I ended up getting was a repurchase of the Falsies Lash Lift Mascara in 201 Very Black. This has been kind of one of my favorite mascaras lately. This is the third tube that I've purchased. I just grabbed the one that I'm using so I could show you guys the wand. It's got a natural bristle brush on it. And I feel like it really lengthens and volumizes decently without like looking too clumpy. I noticed the more that the formula dries out, I will tend to get a little bit of flakes, the kind that just brush right off your face, but I don't get transfer from this. And because I use such hydrating eye creams and stuff like that, I tend to get a little bit of transferring on the inner corner of my eyes with some mascaras. So I really like that this one doesn't do that. I do find that the tubes dry out pretty quickly. And then again, once the formula gets a little more dry, it tends to kind of flake just a little bit more. It's not terrible though, but I really do like the mascara itself. It's very nice. So I got another one of those, and that's all that I got at Walmart. In the makeup section, it was crazy because I was so excited to, like, you know, get all the new things, and there just wasn't that many new things. And then I did go ahead and order the number 2 medium shade of the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush bronzer. I purchased it off of the Sephora website. It's now available on Sephora and quite a few other retailers. But the light shade that I got, it was just too light, especially going into summer. So I decided to give this one a try. I did decide to go ahead and keep the light one as well, because I feel like if I wanted an all over type of color, it might be good for like a tinted finishing powder to give me some color all over, or either a really good bronzer for me in like the winter time. So I did go ahead and keep the light one and ordered the medium shade. I really like the texture and like the blendability and the softness of this powder. And the medium shade is the bronzer that I have on my face today. It comes with a pretty decent amount of product at 0.56 ounces. And the compact that these come in is really, really pretty. There are refills that are going to be eventually available to put these in. I don't know when though. I haven't like seen a date or anything, but they're magnetized in the pan so you can pull them out and refill them. So I'm going to go ahead and swatch the medium and the light, and I'm also going to swatch the bronzer in the Film Star Bronze and Glow so you can see all three of them together. So this is the color that I have on my face today for bronzing, and it is number 2 medium. Oh, the texture of the powder is so pretty. It blends out so nice. It looks beautiful on the skin. I feel like the shade is neutral leaning warm right there. And then here is the light shade that I hauled last week right there. Wow. It's really hard to have it show up. I've been outside a lot recently too, so I'm getting a little bit of color on my hand and my arms, but there's the light and there's the medium. And then here's the bronzer from the Film Star Bronze and Glow, and I'll swatch that guy right here. I feel like these two kind of have satin matte finishes, and this one has a satin finish. There's a little bit of a glow, I feel like, in the Film Star Bronze and Glow, and it does pull a little bit more, it's got a little bit more of a readiness to it compared to the medium shade there. So I was using my more dried up Maybelline mascara today, and I just noticed a little flake right here. Hopefully that wasn't there for too long. Next up, I placed an order off of the Chantecaille website for their 2 new Radiance Chic, Cheek, and Highlight Duos. These are, I believe, from the Summer 2020 collection. The box packaging on these mimic the actual packaging, and something that I really love about Chantecaille is they give a percentage of the proceeds from sales from their products like these to different funds. This one right here is going to, a percentage of the proceeds is going to the Wild Aid fund according to the little pamphlet that's inside. And I also really love Chantecaille products. So the packaging on these guys is the same type of packaging that came out with their spring stuff, the Hummingbird collection. They're the same size compacts. I wasn't sure if they were going to be bigger or smaller, but they are kind of a smaller style compact. Those Hummingbird ones were the eye quads. So there are 2 powders in each of these. I'll go ahead and start off with the Radiance Chic Cheek and Highlight Duo in Coral. There's a total of 6 grams or 0.21 ounces of product in here, and this is the one with the manta ray on the front. These are baked jelly products, which are some of my favorite for the skin. And I have got a combination of these 2 products on my cheeks today for a blush. The coral shade is very pigmented and the highlight shade has a beautiful sheen to it, but it's too deep for the top of my cheekbones. So I kind of used it to tone down the coral shade a little bit, and I think that it looks really pretty on the cheeks. Again, Baked Gelée is some of my favorite products for the skin, and these ones here are really soft and extremely finely milled. So they're not quite as intense as some highlighters, but they still have a really like high shine to them. So hopefully you can see that in the swatches. There's a good size little mirror in there as well. But I really liked this as a blush when I mixed the 2 shades together. That coral shade is just stunning. And the highlight's got like a peachy type of a sheen to it. So that one right there is the Coral Radiance Chic Cheek and Highlighting Duo, and that again is the one with the manta ray on the cover. And then the other duo is Rose, and this is the one with the whale shark on the cover right here. And this one has got a pink blush and a golden kind of a highlighter. This golden highlight shade is the highlighter that I have on my face today. I've got it on the top of my cheekbones and kind of the points where I usually put highlighter. And again, it's just a very finely milled Baked Gelée smooth product. It's going to work really good for me going into the summertime, but it might be just a hair too deep for maybe like the winter. But I think it looks super stunning. It just doesn't have that extra pop of lift that some can give me because it blends in a little bit into my skin tone. But it's a really stunning color, and this pink blush, it's just right up my alley. I love the color of that blush. I'll give you some swatches here. I will make note that this one right here that I used today, it's a little loose. You can kind of see right there. It's a little loose in the pan, so I'm hoping it's not going to fall out. So you can see just how pretty. They're just very, very finely milled, smooth products. So there's the Rose duo, and there is the Coral duo right there. I was trying to think of a highlighter that quite a few people might be familiar with to kind of compare these two through the lens so you can see the tones of those highlighters. So I thought that maybe quite a few people would be familiar with the Amrezi from ABH. So I'm going to swatch this one. It's a golden highlighter, one of my faves. When it first came out. I still really love that one, but I'm going to swatch that right here so you can just see a reference in terms of color with these 2 highlights in the Amrezi. So hopefully it'll be a little bit more helpful with the coloring there. I also placed an order on skinstore.com for another one of the Neocutis Lumiere Rich Extra Moisturizing Illuminating Eye Creams. You guys saw me haul this a few months back. I had purchased 2 of them while I'm already on that second bottle that I purchased. I go through it relatively quickly. There's only a half ounce of product in here, and I want to say I use like 3/4 of a pump in the morning and a full pump at night. So I do run through it pretty quickly, but this is like one of my favorite eye creams. I do like to use a thinner serum underneath it and then put this over the top, followed by even a thicker maybe gel something on the bottom of my eyes because I have a really dry eye area. But I really like this product, and on Skin Store they have sales really often, so I think that I got this one again at 25% off, so I typically purchase it from Skin Store. But I just really like this product. It comes in an airtight pump bottle as well. And then next up, I placed an order on SUVA Beauty for some more of their Hydra Effects liners. I had purchased 2 shades of these some time back, and then when ABH released those kind of water activated cake trios recently, these came to mind, so I grabbed the 2 that I had and I have been using them. One of the things, this is the brand right here, SUVA Beauty. One of the things that I really love about these particular liners is you activate it with like a drop of water and they become so fluid and so opaque that they're just very easy to use, and that's something that I really love about them. But kind of the downfall is they are activated by water, so that means if you have really watery eyes or rain or something, they will reactivate and things can get kind of messy. I do have a watery eye type. They haven't been as bad as they used to be before I got LASIK eye surgery, but I haven't had too many problems so far, which I'm kind of excited about. But I do know that if my eyes end up watering a lot and kind of getting up in the crease, that liner will kind of like go to the wayside. So I was kind of looking for a mixing medium that I could use with these that would turn these waterproof. I tried the MAC mixing base, and that it works as a mixing medium, but it doesn't make it waterproof. I've tried the Ben Nye mixing medium, and I've tried Duraline. Duraline doesn't even mix with these. It's kind of bizarre. So I'm still using water to activate them, but if you guys have any suggestions for a really fluid mixing medium that would make these more waterproof, that would be super appreciated. I want to try the one from Danessa Myricks. I think I'm going to order that from Beautylish and give that a whirl. But anyway, I ordered 4 more of these liners, and I'm going to go ahead and swatch the 2 that I have as well. So they come in a little plastic jar, and it's kind of just like a hard substance in there. And then once you put a little drop of water on there, let me do that right now and I'll show you guys. This is the one that I have on my eyes today, and it's called Aztec. It is a deep purple. Put a little drop of water in here. I can't tip it with the water in there, otherwise it'll kind of run down, but let me activate this a little bit. And these are they're just super, super opaque with water, and I just love it. So that's Aztec. They do dry a little bit deeper than they look when they're wet, but that's the shade Aztec. And look at it's very, very rich, and I love this. I love this color so much. I love the other ones that I got too. This next one is the shade My Jam, and I have been wearing this all week, and it's just a deep burgundy. And again, this one dries deeper than it kind of looks right there as well. I'll try to wait till they dry down so you can see the dry down, but that's the shade My Jam right there. Then we've got the color Tracksuit right here. I wore this yesterday. It was so pretty with another palette that I'm going to show you here in a minute. It was so pretty. I was contemplating between what look to wear today because it looks so nice. But that one is, what did I say? Tracksuit. And then the last one I got in this order was the shade Fanny Pack right here, which I thought would be fun for like little accents and stuff like that. I did do that the other day and it was really pretty. But look at that. It does dry deeper than that, but it's pretty like acid green. That's the shade Fanny Pack. They do kind of have a funky, like, I don't know, like clayish type of a scent or something. They got a little bit of a funky smell to them, but. And then I'll go ahead and swatch the 2 that I already had that I just pulled out. And I've had these for a really long time, and they work just like the day that I got them. So they have a really nice shelf life. So this one is Blue Steel. It's got a little bit of a metallic shimmer in it. So that's Blue Steel right there. And then lastly, I have got the black in the shade Grease, and the amount of fluidity with pigment that I can get with this is just so easy to do a winged liner for me. I love really fluid, really pigmented liners. Oh. It's very, very pigmented. So that is the shade Grease. So the first 5 shades are all pretty much set. So that's kind of what they look like dry. The black shade does have a little bit of a sheen to it. It doesn't dry fully matte. But it's so rich. It's such a rich color. These other ones are really rich too, to be just, only activated by water. I'm just kind of on the hunt for how can I make these, function the same way when I use water with a product that could make them waterproof. Okay, those are the SUVA Beauty Hydra Effects liners, and they come in a little box like this. I think they have another name for a different finish, but they're kind of the same style of product here. Just got a little wet wipe here. I'll just show you, that's how non-waterproof they are. Is they'll just kind of wipe off. And then Give Me Glow launched a new eyeshadow palette. They came out with the Extra Spicy Eyeshadow and Pressed Pigment Palette. It says on the front of the packaging, net weight is 9 × 27 grams / 0.95 ounces. So if I divide 9 into 0.95, I think each shadow is 0.1 ounces per shade. Just a massive amount of product that you get per shade. But this is the outside box packaging. You can kind of see the details right there. And then this is a little hard to see, but here are the ingredients in there as well. It says on the back, vegan and cruelty-free, handmade by Give Me Glow Cosmetics, Dallas, Texas. The palette is housed in a cardboard packaging with a magnetic closure that has chili peppers on it. And wait till you guys see these shades, man. It's got a mirror in there as well. But these are the shades. They are so rich and so intense. And I wore this palette with that liner in My Jam from SUVA Beauty. And oh my gosh, it was so pretty. That was one of the looks that I did that I was contemplating redoing for today's video because it looked so cool. But these are just very pigmented, very intense, super pretty shadows. So these three right here are like heavy metallic foiled shades. And then the outside are the mattes. So let's give you guys some swatches here. They're just so pigmented, you know, and opaque. Like one swipe of a light shade like that, some other ones would just blend right into my skin tone, but you can like see that, the opaqueness in that shade. Oh, I think I hear the rain coming. We need rain, so I'm excited about that. But those are the first four. Oh, they're crazy. And then these next four. Or three. And then these last two matte shades. I think, did I have to? Yeah, I did. I did bring in Wet n Wild's Brulee when I did looks with this palette, because this shade right here is more like a blend out transition-y type shade on my skin tone. But those are the swatches for the new Give Me Glow. What do I call it? Saucy, extra spicy, not saucy. I was thinking about pizza. Swatches right there, just very opaque, very intense shades right there. These are magnetized inside the palette as well, so you can pull them out and put them in other magnetic palettes, which brings me to this next item that I also purchased from Give Me Glow, and that's their magnetic eyeshadow palette. They have larger type of pans, not the standard smaller pan like a MAC eyeshadow. So this here holds 24 of the Give Me Glow eyeshadows in here. So I've got my singles that I have purchased in there, and then I kind of depotted one of the other palettes that I had purchased. And then I think it's quite neat that it has a little area where you can write the names of the shadows on there. I was trying to find like some stickers that I could write on that would also remove off of like this smooth surface, because I tend to like switch around shadows a lot, but in the meantime it'll be fine. But it's a really nice cardboard eyeshadow palette that holds 24 of the Give Me Glow eyeshadows right there. It's got some quite pretty packaging. So I got that also from Give Me Glow. And those are all the things that I got in this week that I have purchased. I'm still waiting on my Pat McGrath palette. It was supposed to be here on Friday, and then it got delayed, so it's not going to be here till Monday. I was really wanting to do like a dedicated video on the palette. I'm so excited to get it. It's the new Mothership palette that came out. We'll see how next week plays out, and maybe I can still film that video. These next products that I'm going to show you were sent in PR. I just want to make that really clear, because I know not everybody likes watching PR stuff. So everything that I'm going to mention from here towards the end of the video is going to be stuff that I got in PR. I got one from the House of Sillage. They sent me one of their candles in the scent Vanilla Sun, and it comes in a white kind of frosted glass type packaging. It's a really sweet smelling candle, which I like sweeter smelling candles. It's a strong vanilla with just a hair of like citrus in it. I'm gonna read what it says on the box as well, because that'll be a better description than what I could probably give. It is a soy wax candle, and where's that little description at? It says, oh, it's metallic. It's hard to read. Instantly set a warm, irresistible mood while exuding creamy vanilla and floral notes even when unlit, because it's pretty potent without being lit. The rich aromatic scent evokes heartwarming memories, while the fruity notes of sun-kissed wild strawberry and dark cherry creates a delightful sensation of comfort. Soy-based formula for an eco-friendly clean burn. So that's the box that it came in. Now I got two House of Sillage candles. and I still don't want to burn either one of them. So a huge thank you to House of Sillage again for sending over this candle. I'm going to force myself to burn one of them. I will. And then lastly for PR, I got a package from Kaleidos. And Kaleidos is one of those brands that I've been excited about. I feel like they're really innovative. Their packaging is different. It's not like run of the mill. It's very unique. I don't have like other products that are packaged quite like their packaging. And it's just really fun and really colorful. So I was really excited to get this package. They sent it in this little like tin lockbox and they call it the Escape Kit. So I put all the boxes back in here and took all the products out. But it was just the cutest packaging they got. Again, like it's a really innovative type brand. I don't see packaging like some of the stuff that they have across other brands, so I think that's really fun. It came with 4 of their Space Age highlighters. One of the shades is a repeat shade, and that's the shade Ray Rider, and then there are 3 new shades, and 2 of these shades I'm just kind of slightly obsessed with. But this first one I'll swatch for you guys is Ray Rider number 3. And this is the one that I have used a couple times. I figured I could just leave the other one because I have 2 now. More pristine. So that is Ray Rider. Oh my gosh, I need to try to wipe. Isn't that pretty? I need to try to wipe those Give Me Glows off a little bit better. They're still kind of showing. But that is the shade Ray Rider right there. That's in the orange packaging. And then this next one is Mars Melter. This is one of the new ones right here. This one has got a duochrome, pretty strong pink kind of duochrome to it. So that one is Mars Melter right there. And then we have got Moon Cruiser. This is one of my favorites. It's got like a more chunky type of a texture, but it's one of those ones that you really buff into the skin, and it has a slight translucency to it, but it's really like high shine. So this is Moon Cruiser, and it's got like a, oh, it's so pretty. It's got like a purple, blue, pink type of a shift to it. It's one of my favorite ones for sure. It's so pretty and ultra shiny. So that guy is Moon Cruiser. And then the last one is Diamond Dasher, and I love this one as well. It's similar to Ray Rider, but it's lighter. Ray Rider is a little bit more golden. So that guy is the Diamond Dasher shade right there. And then it came with these 2 blush duos. They're the Lo-Fi Duo Blusher, and they have like that soft feel type packaging to them that's a cardboard. They're really weighty and they feel really substantial and nice. So here is the packaging on this one. Is the Lo-Fi Rose Duo Blusher right here. And there's a little mirror in there. And the highlighter looking shade in here is got a really strong duochrome to it of a pink. So when I had used this, it actually looked more like a blush on me because of that pink shift than it did kind of a highlight shade. But together, I mixed these together as well and used them like that, and that was fun as well. And these blushes are super silky and finely milled. Like they feel like silk, the matte ones. So this one's matte and this one's shimmery. This is the one in Rose. Right there. And then the other one is Lo-Fi Peach right here. And then this one also has got a pretty strong kind of pink duochrome to it. When I use this one, I use this one just as a blush, and it was really pretty. So this one's a matte and that one is the shimmer. But like how I think their packaging is so fun. I think it's so fun and so different than some of the stuff that we see out there. So that one is Lo-Fi Peach right there. And then there was like a little ice cream dish in there that the sponges came in, which they're very the green one is a very interesting design. I haven't seen anything quite like it. I think it might be good for a cream contour to get really precise. And then there's the purple one that kind of is that shape of like the Real Techniques one. But they're very, very soft to the touch. They're not quite as squishy as a beauty blender, but they're still really, really soft. I haven't used either of these yet. I'm going to go ahead and put them in my drawer for when I finish the sponge that I'm using currently. But these were in there as well. And then it came with a Tone Activator Eye Primer. I haven't used this yet either. I've swatched it and it almost looks like a concealer. It's got a concealer tint to it. I'll put a little bit on here. And it feels like it's not super drying either. So I'm kind of kicking myself for not using it yet so I could have a better opinion for you guys. But it says activates eye makeup's full potential, enhances eyeshadow and pressed pigments vibrancy and color payoff, makes colors pop, prevents smudging, prevents creasing, and it says it's water resistant. Comes in a squeeze tube, and then that's the color of it right there. So it's almost like a concealer consistency. I should have tried it by now. Dang it, because that's something that I would kind of like for an eye primer, as long as it's not like super drying. It also came with a new gloss with a thin base and LGO3 Hypnotize right here. A really sparkly, kind of a burgundy with gold in it. It's not quite as pigmented as it looks in the tube there. Kind of a sheer berry gloss right there. And there's really no scent to it. It's got kind of a little bit of a different applicator there as well. So that one is in the Hypnotized LGO3 shade. It does say on the box packaging that this stuff is made in the PRC, so just wanted to make note of that. This is the box for the most exciting product to me. This is the eyeshadow palette. They're calling it the Escape Pod. And again, innovative, different type of packaging. It's like a thicker little book style packaging. And then when you open it up, it's got like a little deal in the center of it that kind of tucks underneath there. It's really interesting with a plastic overlay. But these shadows, oh my gosh, I've been wearing them a lot. There are 15 eyeshadows in here, 13 grams of product, or a total of 0.459 ounces, which averages out to be about 0.031 ounces per shade, which is decent but leaning lower in terms of the amount of product that you're getting. But I love Kaleidos' eyeshadow formula. I've got 5 of their other palettes that they had sent me, and their shadows are extremely pigmented and they're very, very finely milled. Their mattes especially. I've used every single shade in this palette except for, I think, this blue and the pink. And again, their mattes are very finely milled and very pigmented. So when I use this dark brown, I have to really make sure that I tap the excess off, because I'll get fallout on my cheek. And because it's so pigmented and so finely milled, it can sit on my cheek. It doesn't brush away super easily. So I have to be a little bit careful about that. And each time that I've used this palette, I have had to bring in something like Wet n Wild's Brulee for underneath the brow, because this shade again deepens on my skin tone. But other than that, these shimmer shades are so pretty. This is the palette that I have on my eyes today, again with Wet n Wild's Brulee underneath the brow. And I love their shadows. They're just super, super nice. But let's show you this packaging right here. Then it magnetizes and opens up. There's a little mirror in there. And then let's give you guys some swatches. The whole top row is matte. The second row is all shimmer. And then this is a little green shimmer down here. And then these 4 are matte eyeshadows. They're very pigmented shades. A pastel-y purple matte shadow that is that opaque. Not easy to do. And then these guys. The shimmers are just like so sparkly. These next guys. I wore this palette with the greens and the browns and then that blue liner from SUVA yesterday. Oh my gosh, it was so pretty. So pretty. This green against that blue liner was stunning. And then these last 3 shades here. Right here. See how smooth and like opaque those are though? Super fun, super fun. I kind of can't stop putting this palette down right now, especially like spring, summer. There's like spring and like pops of color in there. So I love that, and a huge thank you to Kaleidos for sending that stuff over. I'm really excited about that brand. They got some fun stuff. And that's everything for my haul today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it helpful. Thank you for watching. Do not forget to wear sunscreen. Stay safe out there, and I will see you guys later. Bye.